Hi, I'm Dr. Anna Baranowski, and I want to talk to you today about nonviolent communication, or what I'm calling do not use a jackhammer to pick out a splinter. So I think we've all had experiences where we get really upset about something that, when we reflect back on it, was not as big a deal as it felt at the time. We can get very worked up by things that are actually quite low level because of earlier hurts in our life, feelings of vulnerability. And so sometimes when we look back at how we react, or even how other people react, it feels like they're using a jackhammer to pick out a splinter. So using this as a starting point, the video today is going to be focused on the concept of nonviolent communication. And in a conversation that I had recently, I was speaking with a therapist that I supervise about a family who was experiencing, some pretty tough communication issues. And instead of being able to just, focus on what is the best outcome for the family, what is the best way for this family to communicate, there was a tendency for these individuals to really argue with each other and get very, very emotional about what in the end turned out to be, conversations that could be had that would have been much better served with communication strategies where both individuals, both parties, could really hear what was being said and listen. But the problem is that the communication strategies or symptoms that had been used for so many years by this family did not serve them well in terms of having them really understand each other and feel heard and understood and respected in a place with an intention of safety and improving communication. Old habits that had to be broken. So what we did was we employed a new strategy, one that I've used for many, many years, called Feel Heard and Understood. And the way this strategy works is that there are a number of steps or stages. And the first one is state the issue. Well, I'm going to go even further back. First, we have to have agreement with all parties that this exercise will be something they're willing to try. And if they get to a place where they can agree that, yes, that's okay, we then identify what is the issue at hand and we boil it down so there's no more than 7 to 10 words to express the issue. So the first person is the speaker, the person who has the problem. And that speaker would say maybe, "It hurt when you left me at the party." So that's about 7 to 10 words. And it's clearly stated, and I'm not blaming or shaming, I'm just stating my experience. It hurt when you left me at the party. So then the listener's job is to capture that in his or her own words. So the listener might say, always using the phrase, "Let me see if I've heard and understood you correctly." And then that listener may say something like, "You felt hurt or let down when I left you at the party without a ride." That person would always know more about the context than the person leading the interaction. So if you're working with a therapist, if you're trying it on your own, there's going to be a script so that you can follow it. Okay, and the link will be made available to you. So then the individual who was listening would check, did I hear and understand you correctly? And if the first speaker says yes, then you could move on. Now you can go back and forth, changing the roles of speaker and listener until you get to a place where both parties feel like that issue or that concern has been adequately worked through. You might ask questions. You might ask for clarification. You might ask for some help with something, or you might ask for a certain kind of behavior. It doesn't mean you're going to get any of these things, but using this protocol of feeling heard and understood, you'll get to a new place where you can understand your partner or the person you're interacting with better, and they can understand you better as well. Sometimes it's not so much about just coming up with a solution. It's an opportunity to feel deeply heard and understood by those people who surround you. This is Dr. Anna Baranowski wishing you a gentle day.
For more Ask Dr. Anna videos and information about post-traumatic growth and recovery, subscribe and like our YouTube videos at What is PTSD, or join us at previous video episodes in our playlist Ask Dr. Anna from the Traumatology Institute team.